Hey guys, what's going on? This is Andrew here today, and we're going to be talking about some of the pickups I got from Mercari today. So this entire lot is 6 games, and they're all PS2 games. I originally didn't jump on them because they were going for $30 and tax was going to make it closer to $40. But as I was about to offer the guy $20, he messaged me first and asked me if I wanted to do 20 instead. So I bought the games for 20, but it ended up being closer to 30 because of tax and shipping. But regardless, there are 6 games in here, and I believe most of these are pretty good games and definitely worth that. So let's get into talking about some of them. Alright guys, so the first game that we're going to be looking at is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. So this is the first Splinter Cell game that came out in the Tom Clancy series, and this came out on the PS2. I don't know if it came out on the OG Xbox or GameCube at all. I'm pretty sure I've seen this listed for the OG Xbox, but never jumped on it. I'm really not 100% sure. But whatever it is, if you guys are Tom Clancy fans or know anything about the Tom Clancy series, you know that there are a ton of these games out there. Personally, every single one that I've played, I've actually enjoyed quite a bit, so I figured, although I already had this on the PC, since the whole lot was pretty cheap, I might as well jump and add it to my PS2 collection, considering my PS2 collection is significantly smaller than my original Xbox collection. It's bigger than my GameCube collection, but I haven't been paying a lot of attention to my PS2, so I figured it's time to add something like this to it, considering this is a game that I've played before, and it's a lot of fun, and why not play it on a console? So, anyway guys, let's jump to the next game. Next up, we have Stuntman, a game that I know absolutely nothing about, but I am pretty excited to jump into this one, considering that on the cover it says that it's made by the same people that made Driver, and I enjoyed Driver 3, so I'm probably going to end up enjoying this one as well. Like I said, I know nothing about the game, so there's really nothing that I can actually say about this, but I am pretty excited to jump on it just because it's made by the same people that made one of my favorite games on the PS2. So anyway guys, let's talk about the next game. Next up, we have a game that I've never actually heard of, and that is Onimusha Warlords, and the reason why I wanted to jump on it, regardless of not knowing anything about it, is because I saw the Capcom logo on it. So, this game kind of looks like one of those hack and slash kind of games, and I'm actually decently into those kind of games. I've been into those through my whole childhood, and although I never heard about this game, I actually am pretty psyched to try it out. My two favorite things about this are, one, the fact that it says pre-played on the back, and I don't know what store this guy would have gotten it from, because I'm pretty sure Blockbuster had their own case for pre-owned games, and places like GameStop would just have the pre-owned sticker on the front, so I'm happy that they only covered this part in the back. My second favorite thing about this is if you look on the disc, it says Capcom hint line. So I guess you call that number and they give you hints in game. That's actually pretty funny. So I'm guessing that this game can be pretty challenging. I mean, a lot of games during this era kind of were, especially on the PS2. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing this one soon. I think the first one I'm definitely going to play is Stuntman though. Alright guys, so the next game on my list is Sega Sports NFL 2K2. So this is when Sega was still making sports games, and they were releasing them on multiplat, because this was the year after they went out of the console business. So this game in particular, I haven't played before, but one thing you guys should know about me is I like the older sports games. I don't really play the newer ones anymore. I mean, I have played some of the newer NBA games whenever they come to like free with Xbox or they're on Game Pass or whatever the case may be, but the reason I don't play newer sports games anymore is because, you know, the next year they become outdated, and the only way to really get the full experience is to get the game full price when it comes out, and I'm just not into them that much. Why I like the older retro games is because you're not going to this to get a new experience, you're going to this for the nostalgia factor, and the fact that this will always be outdated makes it cool to me from the start, rather than going into something new knowing that it's going to be outdated within the year. So I'm into the older sports games, like I just said. I played the NBA games. I have a few on the Dreamcast, a few on my Xbox, and a few on my PS2, and even some on my GameCube. So I'm very into the older stuff, especially the FIFA games. Those are my favorite ones to play from back then. But I've never been a big football player at all, even in real life. But whatever it is, I am pretty excited to jump on this one. Alright guys, possibly the best game that I got in this lot has to be Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. So, believe it or not guys, I have never played a Metal Gear Solid game outside of Ground Zeroes or The Phantom Pain. I don't really count those towards playing towards the Metal Gear Solid series because they are much newer ones and definitely different than the old style games. But the reason I got this one is because I've wanted to get into it for quite a long time. I believe I also have the other Metal Gear Solid 2 game on the original Xbox. Yeah, I do have it, but it's not not the same one as this one, so I wanted to get the PS2 version. I also still need to get my hands on the first Metal Gear Solid for the original PlayStation. I am looking to do that pretty soon because I talked to someone in an Instagram comment section that recommended that I play the first one first. So that's what I'm going to do. So this one's actually just going to be on my shelf for a little while until I get my hands on Metal Gear Solid 1, and eventually I'll play through the whole series and collect the whole series if I enjoy it. And even if I don't enjoy it, I'll probably end up collecting it anyway, just for the fact that I'll add it to my collection. But whatever it is, this is a very good game. And if you guys have a PS2 or are into PlayStation, you should definitely jump on this one regardless. Alright, so this is the last game in the lot, and that game is International Winter Sports 2002. So like most of the games in this lot, I know nothing about this one. What I do know is that this has a compilation of mini games with a ton of different sports, categorized in the winter category. So I can definitely see myself enjoying this one because growing up, I played a lot of games in this style, especially the Mario and Sonic games where they kind of had like compilations with mini games and all that stuff with multiple varieties of sports. But I definitely want to try this one out. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun, and I can definitely see this as one that I would play with friends and even people that don't typically play video games. So anyway, guys, that is everything that I got in this PS2 lot. I think that I definitely got a lot of quality for the price that I got this at. I definitely don't feel like I was ripped off, so I'm very happy that I got all this stuff. It's time that I start paying attention to my PS2 again, because I've been spending a lot more time on my new next-gen consoles, and on top of that, when I do play retro, most of the time I focus on my original Xbox and GameCube, since those are the consoles I have my biggest back catalog in. But now that I have these PS2 games, I guess I'm going to start giving a lot more attention to my PS2. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video. I'm going to be collecting even more, but I might slow down a little bit since I'm saving for the Xbox Series S. But I'll see you all in the next one.